Hey guys, welcome to Sportsbook Review, the final week of the Australian Open, the second week, and headed into the quarterfinals to deliver some quarterfinals picks. We've got Taif, we've got Alex from Need for Tips. Guys, how's it going?
It's going
Going
excellent.
great, thank you. Excellent. I'm really happy for Simona Halep that she's through the quarterfinals. We are on profit, and we cannot wait for the quarterfinals to start in a few hours. That means in around 8 hours from now.
That's right. That's right. Wait, Alex, you were betting against Simona Halep, but you did say that. So if that bet was to lose, will you still be happy because your girl Simona Halep is through? So how's it feeling?
Let me tell you a secret. I continue to bet against her. Maybe she will win the trophy this year.
Oh, I see. You think you're jinxing it. So if you were to bet on her to win right now, then she would probably lose. So it's better to just bet against her right until the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic odds for Pliskova in the quarterfinals. You can find Pliskova at evens right now. Even though I have a feeling that Simona will win that one, I will continue betting against her.
Okay, and I know Taif, you were against Simona Halep as well, weren't you? You thought, as well to do with injury. Her ankle seems to be holding up.
Yeah, I mean, she proved me wrong. She's apparently the Iron Woman of tennis, of women's tennis. So that was unfortunately, the only wrong pick I've given out so far. So 3-1, still can hold my head up,
3-1.
head up high. That's not bad for two shows.
Sure isn't. And Alex, how are you doing so far with your picks?
I have 10 and 5, so I'm on profit. This is what I wanted to put and to maintain it there. Despite the fact that Simona will lose and I will bet against her, I have other winning tips that I will give you tonight for the quarterfinals.
That's it. It's all about finishing off strong.
Pardon?
I say it's all about finishing off strong, right?
That's right. Yep. That's right. Just looking though now, obviously when we spoke yesterday, Kerber was really a sort of a consensus of the sort of the main player to win it all on the women's side. Her odds, I believe, were 6.5 yesterday. They're now 4.5. Svitolina 5. Interestingly though, Simona Halep is not. Just going to pull up the odds here to see what Simona Halep is priced at. Simona Halep 7. No, you can get as high as 12, as low as 5.7. Very various odds there. So Kerber is still on your guys' radar as the woman to lift the trophy.
She seems in the best form from all of them. She will have a tough match against Madison Keys. That is one of the toughest opponents till now for Kerber. And after that, she will play against Pliskova or Halep. It's really tough for her from now on. But also from the other side, you see Halep and Pliskova together, so one of them will be out, playing with Kerber there. So I think that the better draw is on the other side with Svitolina and Wozniacki, because I think that both of them will play the semifinal together, and one of them. So I think that this draw with Svitolina and this quarter with Svitolina and Wozniacki, this half of the draw, for example, is easier, and they will have more time also to rest. The other half of the draw has four great players: Halep, Pliskova, Kerber, and Madison Keys. So they will have really tough matches once against each other. I think that I don't know what to say. Yeah, Kerber seems to be in fantastic form, but we should take a look also at Svitolina there, at Wozniacki also.
Yeah. Just moving over to the comments here. Itrat, Adrian, Manny, thanks guys for tuning in. Adrian here. Hey guys, I told you that Chung can produce the upset, and that was Joao's. It wasn't official, but he was thinking that he would make it all the way. But What do you say to what do you say to Adrian there? He goes, Alex, you should have taken the plus 2.5 set handicap.
Yeah, I didn't thought that Djokovic will not take out, not win a set in that match. It was a shocker. Straight sets for Chang. Incredible performance by him. Easy opponent in the quarterfinals, and right now he's one of the dark horses of the competition. The performance today against Djokovic was amazing. He did to Djokovic what Djokovic did to all his opponents in the last 5 years. He won against Djokovic with his own weapons. This is fantastic from Chang. Incredible performance. I don't know what to say. Djokovic at the end of the match congratulated him, and he was smiling like, "Go all the way, please, because you destroyed me here, and I want you to go all the way," or something like that.
Yeah. Do you think he could go all the way? He's a big favorite in his next match, but to win it all, he's priced 17 right now.
Yeah, but he will have a match against Federer in the semifinal, so
True.
I think that he will stop there. If he wins Federer, that means that he will win the trophy this year, because on the other side, Nadal, Cilic, Dimitrov is tough when we are talking about the men singles, because they remain really good players, really good matches. Dimitrov versus Edmund, Nadal versus Cilic on one side, and after that we have Federer versus Berdic, and for sure Chang will win against this tennis Sandgren.
Sandgren, yeah. Did you have any bets there, Taif?
If it's I just want to comment
Chang Dimitrov.
Because there's an ongoing theme I'm making out here about looking too forward ahead into the brackets. I think you're doing yourself a disservice by doing so. You need to look at each matchup separately. Be very careful. For example, when I mentioned on our last show that Kerber first of all let her get through Su Wei before going all the way and winning the tournament, and she almost lost that match. She lost the first set and was even down a break in the second. So she was hanging on by a thread. So don't discount any of these matchups. Berdych, I can see him beating Federer. You know, that's not a given for Federer. And the same thing with Chung. We said yesterday on our last show, and it was a very realistic outcome for Chung to win that match, and he did. So don't get lost by thinking too far ahead. Think of these individual matches and take them one by one, first of all, you know, and then think about what might happen later.
Yeah. It's always fun though to speculate, isn't it? I think generally with futures, even sort of at the beginning when we start doing these videos, we say either bet small, wait until the first round. It's never really, unless you feel very confident or you think there's value. But yeah, anything could change, and I think there's more money to be made betting match by match for sure. Now listen, let's start off with the men's side here. We've got just looking at the comments. Manny says Nadal, Cilic tiebreak, yes, at 1.5. That's what I am thinking about. Anybody got anything to say about that match?
I think this is not a easy match for Nadal. He's not. They've exchanged played 4 or 5 sets over a lot of their matches. Cilic can easily put one of these sets to a tiebreak. That might be one way to go, is to go with the tiebreak in a match. Over 3.5 sets is a big possibility. Cilic to win 1 set is another way to approach this match. There's a lot of ways you can dissect this match. If you're like I am, I'm anticipating a tightly contested match. Nothing easy with this match.
Yeah, Nadal's price 1.25, which seems sort of low on a match that's predicted to be very close. Alex, have you got any thoughts on that match?
Yes, I think that Cilic made till now a really good tournament. Nadal struggled a little bit in some of his matches. He is not at his top level right now, Nadal. I think that Cilic can play his chance here and pull off the upset. I'm not playing the winner's market. It can go either way, the odds are really crazy from my point of view. 4.3 for Cilic to win the match are incredible odds, and it worth a small stake. But I'm seeing a long match, over 3.5 sets at 1.76 and over 36.5 games priced at 1.93. And yes, that tiebreak in the match, yes, at 1.55. But for me, the odds are really small at 1.55 for maybe for a knockout bet, there. If you find any odds for 2+ tiebreaks in the match, I think that it will come around 2.2, 2.3, and that makes sense.
Yeah, we've got Itrat saying Nadal to win the first set and win the match, 1.44 for a parlay at Alex. I'm guessing that's a no.
No. Small value there, and Cilic is a really tough opponent for Nadal right now.
Yeah. What are you going to say, Taif?
I'd play this on the over 35 games, 1.75 you can get right now. I think that would be the safest approach for this matchup.
All right. Next, we've got Dimitrov with Edmund here, 1.4 for Grigor Dimitrov. Again, sort of a favorite in the match. Alex, are you playing that match?
Yes, I'm playing also that match. Dimitrov lost one set in his last 3 matches, McDonald, Rublev, and Kyrgios. Also against McDonald's, he lost 2 sets. Edmund is the last Englishman standing to play against the Bulgarian. I think that he's a really tough opponent. He made some incredible matches, and I'm sure that he will make it really tough for Dimitrov. Over 37.5 games at 1.8. We can see a decider also in this one. I will play it with a small stake, 5 sets in the match. But to be safe, 5 sets is not my official bet, but I will play it with a small stake. But to be safe, play the over in terms of games. Play over 37.5 games at 1.8.
All right, so expecting an overs there. What about you, Taif?
Yeah, I'm going to be including this in one of my plays. I'm going to take Edmund plus 2.5 sets. So basically, he just needs to win one set. It's 1.58 right now, and I'm going to be including that in a parlay later on with Elina Svitolina as one of my plays.
All right, and then obviously with the big with Berdych versus Federer, there very low odds for Federer. Do you either of you guys playing that match?
Yeah, for this game, I'm gonna play the. Well, actually, I'm not gonna play, but my approach would be the over 35 games. Just let me pull up the line right here. Yeah, over 35 games, 1.77 right now you can get. Berdych for me has been the dark horse ever since this tournament started. He's made the semifinals twice, quarterfinals 3 times, losing to the eventual champion twice of this tournament. So he has a very good history in this tournament, plays really well, and historically his matches with Roger have been, somewhat close. So I think Roger
Nothing
yesterday.
Near close. Nothing near close head-to-head meetings since 2014. Since 2014, Berdych just won 2 sets against Federer from 5, 7, 9 matches. 2 sets against Federer.
Let me double check one thing. Real quick.
And I think that we can expect also a straight set win from Federer, which comes at 2.2 right now, best odds that I found on the market, and I will play that. Just had a feeling right now. I didn't have the choice from that match, but I have a feeling that Federer will destroy Berdych in this one.
Do you?
Okay, Alex, I don't know exact, because from 2013 onwards, they played a 3-setter in Dubai twice. They've played their last 2 matches in Wimbledon was very close, 7-6, 7-6, 6-4. And the one before
3-0.
that in Miami. No, 3-0 is one thing, Alex, to look at it. But look at the sets, they're very close matches.
Berdych has an
7-6.
emotional feeling when he comes playing against Federer. He will never play at his best level because he knows the history between him and Federer. Just one one match. It was in 2013 in Dubai. So from there on, Federer ruined him, destroyed him, smashed him. What do you want to
No,
say?
I agree with you. It's going to be very close to borderline impossible for Berdych to win this match outright. But I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think, and that's why I'd approach it with the over 35. I think Berdych can easily win one set, and I think he can keep it close. So I don't see why it doesn't hit 35. But you're right. Maybe Berdych just comes out so scared and doesn't have anything and just gets wiped out. But I don't think so.
Yeah.
He's looked like he looks like he's determined this tournament, and he has a good history there. So I'm expecting him to put up a good fight and keep
Yeah,
this
it
one
will be an
respectful.
interesting match for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just moving over to the women's side, we've got 10 minutes left of the show. Moving on to the women's side as well. If you want to play the outrights, both on the Wednesday matches here, you've got Kerber 1.62 and Simona Halep 1.9. Are you guys looking at playing either of the favorites there in the match?
No, I wouldn't play either. As far as futures, you mean?
As favorites to win the match.
Oh, to win their matches, their respective matches. I actually, I wouldn't be involved in these two matches. On the sides, you mentioned, sorry, Kerber, right?
Yeah,
Kerber
Kerber's
and
price.
Halep.
Oh,
Halep.
Kerber and Wozniacki. Oh, Kerber and Halep, sorry. Actually, yeah, Halep, I actually like Pliskova in that match. I take her at evens, just like Alex mentioned earlier on. I don't think Halep has much more left. I mean, she was lucky to get through Lauren
Well,
Davis.
you did say that last match. You did say that last match, though.
Well,
You never
listen,
know.
yeah, I was hoping much. Look, that was the coach speaking in me speaking. Like I look at young players with immense potential, like Naomi Osaka. You want to see them like achieve their potential, or like play up to that. But again, apparently the moment was too big for her. She wasn't able to capitalize. She just went away. She had a good start in that match. I think she was up an early break, but then the experience just took over and she couldn't make it. Pliskova is a completely different animal. She's much more experienced.
You know what I expect. You know what I expect from that match. Yes, Pliskova is a great server. I'm going against Halep once again at evens, but I expect that Halep will find spaces on Pliskova's half and will try to find the lines. Pliskova is not a great runner, and I think that her enthusiasm will disappear after the first set because she will have to run a lot, and this is not her style. So what she will destroy Halep with only her serve, because Halep, despite her ankle injury, is a great runner, and we saw that also against Osaka, also against Lauren Davis, against all of them.
Yeah, no, I think right now it's safe to say there is no injury concern with Halep anymore. She's proven she's fit. If she can beat Osaka, no problem. She doesn't have any kind of problems as far as injuries goes. The problem with Halep is that her serve is a liability. Her serve can be exploited. So that means on her service games, Pliskova can dictate more and more. If she doesn't miss her first serves, if she's forced to hit one too many second serves, she's going to be forced to play defensive that entire return game.
I don't know if you saw today against Strichova what happened. Yeah,
I haven't seen any.
It was
matches,
a really
Alex.
tough. It was a really tough match against Strichova. Pliskova was struggling big time. Okay, Strichova didn't have the energy in the last set, but in the first one she dictated the game. It was impressive what she did on the court. But I think that Halep will make Pliskova to run a lot.
Yeah, don't buy in too much to the Strichkova game, because don't forget, first of all, these two, they know each other very well. They're teammates, they're country compatriots, they're both Czech, they practice a lot together. So they know each other very well. They played each other a lot of times. And also Strycova has been hot. She's been on a very strong run for the past month or 2 months even. So she's not exactly just some bum off the street. She's playing really well. So, that was actually very good turnaround for Pliskova to be able to turn that match around and take it. So it's going to give her even more confidence.
Yeah, let's see. Anyway, from the other game, sorry to interrupt you. From the other game, I think that will be a long match. The only value that I can find, Madison Keys versus Kerber, over 2.5 sets. So that means that we will see a decider set at 2.4. That's it for today.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm going to start off with the men's just to sort of recap everything now. On the men's side, what have you got for us, Alex?
I have Nadal Cilic over 3.5 sets at 1.76 and over 36.5 games at 1.93. Dimitrov versus Edmund over 37.5 games at 1.8. And also Sandgren versus Chung over 3.5 sets at 1.9 and over 34.5 games at 1.72.
Fantastic. And Ty, same question to you.
Okay, for the men's, I'm going to make this official. Berdych, Federer, over 35, 1.77. And then I'm going to take Kyle Edmund, plus 2.5 sets, 1.58. And I'm going to parlay that with Elina Svitolina on the money line for 1.2. So that should give you around like 1.7, 1.8. And on the women's side, I'm taking Elina Svitolina minus 1.5 sets, 1.8.
Okay.
And I'm taking the over 19 at 1.8 in the match between Wozniacki and Carla Suarez.
Okay. All right. And Alex, what are you doing on the women's side?
Kerber Keys 3 sets at 2.4. Pliskova at evens.
Okay, so yeah, betting against Hallett for let's see if it goes through. Just quickly, Ty, you were saying something. The coach in me. Are you a tennis coach? What's your background?
Well, no, I used to coach kids tennis. Yeah, a couple of years ago.
Okay. I picked that up there. I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. All right, then. Well, listen, I'm going to wrap things up because we have another show starting in 5 minutes, which is the weekly kickoff. In it, we will be talking about Sanchez's move to Manchester United and plenty of other things as well. Also going to take a look at Champions League futures. Got a couple of weeks before that starts off, so quite exciting. Taif, Alex, thank you for joining me and everybody for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you Wednesday for some semi-final picks.
All right. Best of luck. Good night, everyone.